This is how you can create building grow effect in Premiere Pro. Alright, let's dive right in. I've got the Eiffel Tower video clip added to the timeline. At this frame, we're going to export it as a PNG image. To do that, you can click the camera icon or press Ctrl-Shift-E. Give proper name, choose PNG as the format, and save it to the location that you desired. Don't forget to check the Import into Project option before hitting save. Now, drag and drop that PNG on top of the original clip on the timeline.
By the way, you can download all project-related assets from the video description. Stay tuned for the password, which will pop up halfway through the video.
You could use Photoshop, but I'll be using a free tool called Photopea to edit it. Open in Explorer and drag the exported image into Photopea. Let's select the tower. Go to Select menu and choose Subject option. Now press Ctrl or Command J to duplicate the selected tower to a new layer. Next, hide the bottom layer and grab the polygonal lasso tool. Use it to select the bottom part of the tower, then delete that section. Press Ctrl or Command D to deselect the selection. Now, hold Ctrl or Command and click on the top layer's thumbnail to reselect the tower. Hide the top layer and bring the bottom one back into view. With the bottom layer selected, go to Edit menu and select Fill option, or simply press Shift F5. Make sure to set Fill to Content Aware. This will remove the tower from the background, but it might not look perfect yet. Use one of selection tools and repeat same steps to clean up any leftover edges or stray pixels. Now head to File menu and export as PNG and overwrite the previous image. Switch back to Premiere Pro and you'll see the tower is now gone from that frame. Now let's continue. Hide the bottom layer and show the top layer again. With the polygonal lasso tool, carefully select the base of the tower. Press Ctrl or Command J to duplicate the selection to a new layer. For now, hide the duplicated layer and follow the same steps to create two more separate layers from the tower. Export each one individually as PNG and save them in the same folder as before. Back in Premiere, drag and drop all those PNG images onto the timeline. With Video Tractor selected, head over to the Effects panel and search for Transform. Double-click to apply the effect. Go to the Effect Controls panel, move a few frames forward, and click the stopwatch icon next to position under the Transform section to create a keyframe. To add motion blur, uncheck the Use Composition Shutter Angle option and set the shutter angle to 300 degrees. Copy the transform effect, then select these above 3 image layer and move at the end of previous animation. Then paste it. Again select that bottom layer and go back to starting frame. I'm changing X position value, but you can change Y position as well. For smooth animation, let's expand speed and velocity curve. Right-click on first keyframe and set its temporal interpolation to ease out. Then select second keyframe and drag the handle towards left. Now select Video Track 3 and head over to Effect Controls panel. Again go back to starting frame and change Y position value to a drop effect. For that smooth animation, repeat same previous steps. Again take this above layer to the frame where previous animation ends and repeat same steps. For growing effect, for our top layer, I'm gonna animate from bottom to top. Let's move the top section of the tower to the back by rearranging the layers on the timeline, taking 2 layers up and placing one just underneath. On Video Track 3, add a crack green screen overlay. Find the frame where you want a crack effect to begin and drop it in. Go to Effects panel, apply the Ultra Key effect, and use the eyedropper tool to pick the green color. Adjust the position of the clip, and if you want your clip to be faster, use the Rate Stretch tool to speed it up. To fade out, add a keyframe to opacity, and set the end frame's value to 0. Now let's add a dust overlay. To remove the black background, set its blend mode to screen. Use the Rate Stretch tool again to adjust the playback speed as needed. Don't forget to add sound effects for each drop. Shift the bottom video clip forward by a few seconds, align all the other layers, and cut any excess parts. Delete the right side of the leftover layers. With everything selected, nest these layers and give the nested sequence a proper name. For each animation, let's add a camera shake effect.
Notice, password is flick grow.
Create a new adjustment layer. Find the frame where the shake should begin and trim it down to 5 frames. Apply the transform effect to this layer. Now disable the Use Composition Shutter Angle option and set the shutter angle to 200 degrees. Click the stopwatch icon next to Position, Scale, and Rotation. Move 1 frame forward and adjust the value slightly. Repeat this for the remaining frames, and at the final frame, copy and paste the same keyframes from the start. Select all keyframes and set the temporal interpolation to continuous bezier for a smooth transition. When ready, find the next animation point and, while holding Alt or Option key, drag the same adjustment layer to reuse it. If the animation feels too fast, tweak the keyframes and timings accordingly, and this is what you will end up with.